previous video blog, I talked about how our mission statement gave birth to our newest affiliated company, Legacy Law. And today I feel really privileged to introduce the principal of Legacy Law, Mr. Tim Schwarn. Welcome, Tim.
Thanks, Roger.
Tim, it's terrific to have you here. And I thought it would just be great if we could talk a little bit about how we got acquainted. And when I say we, I don't specifically mean you and I, but how you got connected to North Group, because there's a deep personal history there. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, it was a little bit of a personal connection with you. We both served on the board of Love Inc. Quite a few years ago and made that connection. But really, the genesis of all this was through your partner, Brian Black. I had the opportunity to work with Brian for about a decade when he was still practicing law through circumstances that brought him here to the North Group. And just was really blessed in the years that I got to work with Brian. I got to see how he cared for people deeply, how he practiced, and understanding, too, there was the heart of trying to get the legal documents right, but also just that care and concern. So through that friendship, through his transition here, there was just some continued conversation that really led to the blessing that was here this November, the birth of Legacy Law, and the opportunity to kind of partner with the North Group in what you guys do, but also then from a legal standpoint with what Legacy Law is coming alongside to really try to just provide additional support and services to the clients that we have.
Yeah, and already, we're seeing that our clients who need it are responding to an efficient continuum of services between what they came to North Group for and what they need to come to Legacy Law for. But I was curious, do you ever get called into situations where you feel like you need to fix an agreement, where you read a shareholders agreement or some other type of legal agreement having to do with business transition, and it's just not going to accomplish the intention?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty common.
Okay.
Those documents are written at a distinct period of time, right? And as we all know, I mean, very rarely do things stay static.
Exactly.
Right? And especially in families, especially in businesses, a whole host of things can occur. So, usually when those documents are said, you kind of, I always say you want to run the fire drill, right? So what would happen if? And, asking those questions, trying to have those conversations is a huge part of that. It's like a broken leg, right? I can fix a broken leg, but generally there's something else there. And if I see that cancer, it could be some sort of broken relationship, frustrations, knowing too, like, how do we get the next generation ready?
As much as possible, make that a seamless, continuous conversation that moves right into the legal agreement, reflecting the exact intentions of that business, of that family, of the owners and the next generation. And we're hopeful that we can create some real serious efficiencies there, but also when you run the fire drill, it's going to work for them. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think it's just a continued conversation. Really being a lawyer in a traditional law firm, you're completely reactive, right? The situation occurs, somebody quit or somebody unfortunately has passed away. You're reacting to that event. Really what we're trying to do, along with what the North Group does really well, is just continue to have those conversations and just not be reactive, but really to be proactive. And I think that serves everybody better. So the areas that Legacy Law is focusing, and really where we want to be spending the vast majority of our time, is in charitable giving planning, which is a part of what the assets, helping people steward them well, asking how much is enough. But then it's also doing estate planning and then business succession planning, which involves looking at the shareholder agreement or the buy-sell agreements, if it's in an LLC, an operating agreement. But then also coordinating that within a holistic with the estate plan as well. We're very fortunate, both Brian and I are certainly headlighting and doing a lot of the work, but we have a great team of individuals. As much as Brian and I think have that heart of trying to serve people holistically, the whole team is really trying to do that as well. And that we're pretty blessed in that regard, because usually that's not an everyday common experience.
And that's in common with everything that we're doing here at North Group. And just makes the whole seamless service value proposition to be exactly the one we're looking for. Tim, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.